what they sleep on. You tuck them in. Meet me at the top. If you bought, I'll drop my pen. So many stars in the making. Thank you, sing. Eyes on the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like medicine. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more imagining. It's happening.
Well, welcome to our first ever NSL watch party. We are so glad you're here. Kate McKenna, Aaron McLeod with you. You can think of us as your soccer pals, your soccer besties.
Yeah.
We're here to watch the match with you and give you a ton of insight, analysis that you might not get anywhere else, and we're going to have a ton of fun along the way.
We absolutely are.
What are we going to see?
Well, you're going to get your full match experience. And what does that look like? Oh,
the Queen.
The Queen herself. She's a butler in the booth.
She deserves the maracas.
She sure does, and she's saving a chair for yours truly. You're going to have these unbelievable stadium moments.
Like losing a pickle.
Losing a pickle that you're just not going to see anywhere else, are you? And then, of course, we're going to have a special guest. If you have any burning questions, I know that I do for this person. It's going to be great. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about fashion at halftime. The fit check, if you will.
I-O-N or Fash-U-N?
Thank you for asking. That's a very important question. F-A-S-H-U-N, fashion.
We are so happy to be together, if you haven't picked up on that yet, but we're also so happy to have you along with us because this is participatory. We want you to weigh in the live chat. Ask us questions, ask our special guest questions, ask Signa Butler questions. Anything we say that you disagree with, agree with, please do chime in. And we have a pretty lofty goal here. We want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this season. I think we can do it, so please.
Or tonight.
Tonight.
Tonight. Oh,
she is ambitious. So please hit the subscribe button. And we have a subscribers only chat coming up in the second half where you can win some prizes. So let's tell you about the game. We haven't mentioned that yet. It is at McMahon Stadium, a rainy McMahon, AFC Toronto and the Calgary Wild. Calgary's playing their third straight game at home. They're looking for their first win of the season. They've dealt with a ton of injuries, so trying to work their way out of that. They got some good fans, the Calgary Wild.
Oh, look at that, look at that. Get it, pop it. Oh, sorry, yes.
And Toronto, listen, Toronto was the best team in the regular season last year, but only one win in 4 matches. So they're trying to dig themselves out of a hole too. And Kaylee Hunter, their 18-year-old superstar, hasn't scored yet. I think tonight might be the night. I think it might be the night. Well, actually, that's a perfect segue into our first to 5. This is a segment that we are doing where we're going to make 5 predictions. 5 predictions that are the first. So let me take you through mine, for example. I think the first person to score tonight is going to be none other than the aforementioned Kaylee Hunter. I also think the first yellow card is going to go to a player who always gets stuck in. That's Calgary's Grace Storty.
Oh, wow.
So do me a solid, Grace Storty, get that yellow card for me.
Solid.
The first shot off a crossbar or a post is going to be Callie Johnson.
Okay, I like it.
The first bench that gets a talking to from the official, Calgary Wild.
Ooh.
And the first keeper, this is lofty, this is audacious, the first keeper to assist on a goal this season, Caitlin Talbert.
Did you mean to do that? Lofty, if you will.
I didn't.
Huh? Love it. Always love that involving the goalkeepers. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Oh my goodness. My first of 5. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. First, to give a high five on the field. You know I'm about the vibes.
I know.
Half row to Manor. Okay. That's going to be. Wait for it. I know it's happening. Okay. Manor starting tonight. Very exciting. And then of course Pickett. My apologies for this one, but first one to claim innocence after a call. First to point and direct their team. Maya Jones has really stepped up in kind of like a leadership role,
yes.
So hoping to see that from her. And then first to check on a teammate when they are down. I'm going to say Nikki Small on this one, really stepping up in the leadership. Capitano. Okay, and then first to smile. I think it's going to be good old Sinead.
You mean Sinead McSherry, the head coach of the Calgary Wild.
That's right.
Are you on a first name basis with Sinead?
Thank you for asking. Yes, we are. We text.
Well, speaking of Sinead, what do you hope to see from her team tonight?
So, in speaking to Sinead, recently, my gal, kind of, the last game they lost 4-0. That's a devastating loss, right? And they're definitely lacking some of their leadership in the back line. So they just kind of went back to basics, working on principles, recognizing if there's pressure on the ball, not pressure on the ball, just those triggers, and of course defending the space in front and behind their back line. So tonight will be a good time to test that when you're going against someone like Toronto with all those attacking threats.
No kidding, no kidding. You mentioned lack of leadership. let's look at the starting 11 for Calgary. A bit of a bad news, good news scenario. So the bad news is the captain, so much goes through her, Maggie Doherty-Howard, not in the lineup today. She recently had surgery, will not be in the lineup. The good news though, Erin, Maya Jones getting her first NSL start, and Collie Johnson returning to the starting lineup today.
Yeah, I'm excited, and yeah, obviously you never want to have a thumb surgery.
Never.
Have you ever had a thumb surgery?
I've not.
It's really bad. Good thing she's not between the pipes. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Again, Sawicki kind of stepping up in a leadership role. She's going to really have to do that. And of course, Storty. Steady Storty.
Steady Storty, gonna get that first yellow too. Not hoping for it, but make my day, Storty.
Yeah.
What do you hope to see from Caley Hunter in Toronto?
So Toronto last game, if I'm just going to be real, and for a couple of the games this season, I think I just lack a pulse. You know,
Right.
It's a little bit what's going on over there, right? They've lacked that like bravery on the ball. And last game, the first 30 minutes or so, I think it was like 25 times they gave the ball away. And because of that, they're just constantly chasing and didn't have the energy they need to be the team they are in possession. So they weren't able to do that opposite movement, those deep midfield runs that we love to see from Toronto. So tonight will be about taking care of the ball, and I think that'll take care of itself.
And Marko Milanovic didn't use those words. We didn't have a pulse, but he did say the last match, first 30 minutes, not their greatest. As we look at the starting 11 here for AFC Toronto, Zoe Burns returns here, and Sophia Manor, Erin, her first start of the season in goal.
Yeah, this is interesting. Now this is the third keeper that Toronto has put in, so I'm interested to see. Manor played a little bit last season, if you remember, so it'll be a good test for her tonight.
Well, it's time to welcome the NSL Watch Party's first ever guest. She is an Olympic gold medalist. She's one of the few Canadian Olympians who competed in both summer and winter games. She played varsity soccer for the University of Alberta and Nate. And her go-to snack in life, Erin, is peanut butter. That one was for you. Please welcome to the NSL Watch Party, Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We are so glad you're here.
Happy to be here with you guys.
The vibe is serious.
No, I know. Yeah.
Okay. No smiling.
So listen, we're going to get to the little thing called the Olympics later, but first we want to talk to you about being a soccer player. What position did you play? You're between two goalkeepers. We're curious.
Yeah, I played center, mid, and outside back. Yes.
That's fantastic. I have another question, and this is very serious. I want to know, at what age were you when you realized that your quads were different?
You know what? I have an answer for that, because at age like 9, I was called Thunder Thighs. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And now it was the nicest compliment ever.
Yeah, you're like, watch out for this thunder.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that. Great technique, I can tell. Look where her plant
Perform.
foot is. Okay.
And
love
what
it.
type of player were you? What type of player were you?
I was a grinder, yeah. I was get the ball, give the ball. Yeah, get the ball, give the ball. Don't hold it for too long, because I would lose it. So yeah.
Okay. And you missed the glory days? Was that the highlight?
I did love.
Is that your number one love?
Yeah, there's a mix. It's a mixed bag now. Yeah,
Okay.
I like a lot of sports.
Yeah, you do a lot of sports.
And you
at
support,
a lot of Olympics.
And you support a lot of sports too, because you've been to a Calgary Wild game. What was that like?
It was fun. It was tons of fun. Yeah, I went with the bobsledders.
Yeah.
And we got to
you
play
participated.
battleball. Yeah.
You didn't just attend, you
Yeah.
participated.
Yeah, that's me right there. There.
Oh,
yeah. I touched it though.
Was that as fun as it looks?
Oh yeah, there again.
You've
It
got
was-
the
it was
white
so
shoes
much
on.
fun.
That's you?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
I was being too nice.
Do you have solid knees? Do you do a lot of VMO training? God,
A lot of
this would
knee
be
work,
risky
yeah.
for me.
At what point did they tell you were going to do this?
Halftime, like 5 minutes before we got out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you like taking risks.
100%.
Well, you took a risk in joining us today. We're very grateful. We're very grateful.
Are you? That's the question.
This is where we say goodbye to our friend Erin.
Did you have to look at your cards for that?
What's their name?
You're leaving us.
All right.
Get out
Thanks
of here.
Oh my
You're
God, I gotta
going
go.
to the
She's
booth
going.
For real.
Okay.
Have a drink of water. You and I, we get to hang out. We
That's
get
nice.
to get comfy for the game. While Erin leaves, while we hang out, a reminder, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 10K subscribers, so hit that subscribe button and you can win prizes. So why wouldn't you do that? You should do that because the swag is good. Now I want to send you to a woman who is outstanding at what she does, the incomparable Signa Butler. Take it away, my friend.
Kate, thank you so much. Thanks to Kelsey as well. I'm awaiting Erin to come into the booth with me as we get set for the first meeting of the season between the Calgary Wild and AFC Toronto. As you can tell, nasty conditions today, 7 degrees, rain, and yes, there will be some lovely wind gusts as well, just for all you amateur meteorologists out there. Final game of week 6 on the NSL calendar, and both of these teams maybe struggling right now, but we'll see who comes out on top, who gets the 3 points today. Certainly hardy fans in Calgary at McMahon Stadium taking in this action, and I should mention, you guys had your first to 5. I have my first to 5 too. First goalie to cramp up or pretend to tie their shoe, Caitlin Talbert of Calgary. First player to call on a delay of game on a throw-in. Haven't seen that this season. I have Colby Barnett there. First slide tackle, Grace Storty naturally. And first goal, Lauren Rowe for AFC Toronto. And the first nutmeg, that's between the legs, the ball between the legs, that's Keelan Stewart. So let's get set for kickoff here. Maya Jones will kick things off, and you can tell it's a little cold out, little earmuffs in the ears, and we are underway at McMahon Stadium. And AFC Toronto will settle themselves into this game. They're wearing their heritage kits, the mighty maroon, going from left to right on your screen, lining up in a 3-5-2. While the Wild, you can hear that wind coming down, wearing their Wild Rose pink and blue. Ashley Cathro. Ball popped over top, and Talbert off her line.
How you doing, Signa?
I'm good, I'm glad you're here.
Happy to be here.
Also, challenging conditions. And I mean, you played in the Northern Super League last season with the Halifax Tides, who also had a lot of tough conditions to play with at the beginning of the year. Calgary's had a couple of snow games, some freezing weather, so here they are in the rain and wind gusts. You change your game plan a little bit? You have to adjust?
Absolutely. Especially as a goalkeeper, the wind can really do you in, you know what I mean? These are the days that I'm grateful to be retired. Signa.
There is Grace Storty wearing the captain's armband in the loss of Maggie Doherty Howard after having thumb surgery. She had a new cast put on this week and was close to returning for this game, but you know, you got to be cautious, especially with a player of that caliber. Best of 11 last season in the NSL.
And I think she's totally deserving. I love watching Maggie Doherty Howard play. Her soccer IQ, her ability to read the game, and just the influence she's had on this team. Everyone speaks to her leadership. I think we're really lucky to have her in the league.
Sonia, back to Storty. That's a lovely bit of combination work there, and Sophia Manor, first touch of the game. And we haven't seen Sophia Manor since August 2nd last season against the Calgary Wild. A 2-1 victory for AFC Toronto.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you know, through balls, of course, like the height of her line is really important, especially when oftentimes Toronto push forward. They only have 3 in the back, so always helps the center backs to breathe a little bit easier when the keeper comes for those.
Ball driven in off of Colby Barnett's thigh. Sonia pokes it through to Johnston. Johnson, a little tug on Zoe Burns' jersey, and the official for today's game, Robert DeLessio, whistling that down.
There's that little love pull there on the jersey.
Gonna be a call every time, as long as it's seen.
Yes, absolutely. And you can already see with Toronto their expansive shape. Last game they were defending so frequently that they weren't able to get into that expansive shape, which is one of the secrets to their success in possession.
Ball runs a little long for Lauren Rowe, and even with her pace, she wasn't going to catch that ball.
Were you a fast player, Signa?
I don't know. Fast enough.
Fast enough.
Fast enough.
I had about 3 fast steps of me, and that's all I needed as a goalkeeper.
Small battling to keep that alive. Manages to. Still Nikki Small. And that'll be whistled back. Nikki Small, by the way, being called into Jamaica's national team camp coming up. They've got 2 games, 2 friendlies against Panama, so that's her first call into Jamaica. She was, of course, a member of Canadian youth national teams from U17 to U20. Hadn't been called up in the Canadian senior setup yet, so we'll see if she indeed gets capped for country.
And the Reggae girls, they're a strong squad, and I really enjoy watching Small play. We talked with Marco. He talked about her individual development plan, which most people refer to IDPs, the areas that you want to improve on in the off season. Just striking different balls, and just some of her movement to intercept balls, and showing that, continue to show that support. And again, I always love a player who's very good, one of the best on the team, but still striving to constantly improve.
And one of those signature tackles, Small on Maya Jones. Little confusion there at the back. But AFC Toronto manages to take it over with Kaylee Hunter, the 18-year-old from Calgary. Nice to be there with family and friends, although I'm not sure how much her family and friends are liking these conditions today.
Showing their loyalty, I'm sure.
There you go. Long ball over top by Sarah Rollins.
This is actually something that Toronto does frequently when they kind of just want to gain territory and gain their shape. They're not a team that kicks the ball away that much forward, but I like that they do this. I just think it's smart. Obviously, if it's not overused.
Aaron, by the way, I know we've got a live chat going on YouTube. You may not know this, but your necklace that you're wearing right now, the NSL over-the-top necklace.
What?
It's a big flex, apparently, people in the chat are saying.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's nice. It's quite light, actually, if people are looking to purchase it.
Harvey's
Just kidding,
ball.
I don't know how to
You don't know. Yeah.
False advertising.
Well, we have some questions from our live chat, and we're calling it No Dumb Questions because, you know what? Asking questions is good. So bend it like McMangy. What does XG mean, Aaron?
That's a great question. It basically speaks to the probability that you're going to score. So let's say you're open in front of the goal. The XG factor would be quite high, closer to 1, right? And if you're shooting from half, it would be a lot lower.
I always say expected goals.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's
no, but
yeah.
Yeah. Also, expected begins with an E and not an X. So I suppose, yeah.
It does become confusing, I suppose. Yes, absolutely. So it's a great question.
Jackie Savitsky sending that back to Talbert.
This is nice from Toronto. Like, I love their tight lines and their shape. Very organized. You know, football or soccer is a game of controlling spaces. So if you're tight and compact, you know, defensively, you can control the space and give the opposition less time and space on the ball, which is ultimately what you want.
Savitsky, ball taken away. April Lantain. Youth international player herself, played in the U20 CONCACAF series last year, earning her second straight start of the season. April Lantain. That ball bounced off of Grace Storty's shoulder out for a corner kick, so it'll be interesting to see how Sinead McSherry, the interim head coach of the Calgary Wild, how they're going to defend this. Of course, the conditions being as they are right now. Yeah,
and it's especially challenging, as we talked about, like the wind and the rain for goalkeepers. Very hard to hold on to the ball. So punching is definitely a smarter way to go. And then the wind, you kind of hold on and stay on your line as long as possible. You can see the wind going into the goal in this.
Pickett retains the ball. Lantain, natural left footer. Ball sent through. Nice slide tackle there. That was from Talia White's first slide tackle of the game. Lauren Rowe took the worst of that on her shin.
Thank goodness for those shin guards, right?
I said the first slide tackle of the game was going to be Grace Storty, so I was wrong.
Oh.
Sorry, Talia White, you get the nod there.
So this is great from Calgary. We talked about things that we wanted to see from them, and a lot of it was defensive principles. So if you notice, every time the ball goes backwards, the whole team is moving up together in their parts, which is super important. And making sure that they're dropping for the right trigger. So if you're not able to get pressure on the ball, you have to be on the back foot and ready to go, just like they did in that last play.
Haley Books going out of bounds there. Wild take a couple chops at it, trying to get it out of their end. So we have a little game to play with you, stat or cap. Entering today, Nikki Small has 100 tackles won in her NSL career.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, Erin, what do you think about that?
Well, Storty got the most tackles last season with 97, if I am correct. So I would say that is a stat. Stat? Does that mean it's correct?
I think so.
Okay.
Ah, nice.
Hey, all right, all right.
Your cap. Oh, it's wrong.
Oh, it's wrong.
You're right.
I was celebrating there.
Nikki Small apparently has 88 tackles won.
Okay.
We are told by our
That's still a very impressive number.
awesome control room. Thank you so much for that. Talbert, whoa, under pressure, and that's trouble. It's Lauren Rowe. A disaster in front of the Calgary goal, but Lauren Rowe bags her first goal of the season. And the Wild immediately going to pick up their goalie because that is a real tough mistake.
That is, yeah, heartbreaking to see. As we're watching the replay, and maybe it's slippery, the conditions. It's an unfortunate way to start the game, especially they've had such a week of keeping one another accountable, making sure you're, doing your own role properly. So that, I'm sure, is going to take the wind out of their sails right off the bat. But good on Rowe for being there, applying that pressure and putting it away.
And AFC Toronto known for that front pressure as well. And Lauren Rowe from Conception Bay South, Newfoundland and Labrador. Maybe having some fans in the chat today. And I do have to point out, that is in my first to 5. Lauren Rowe, first goal for AFC Toronto.
Casually put that in there. That's
yeah.
Great. But this is nice from Toronto because, like I said, the last couple games, we just haven't seen the same energy and pizzazz that they have. And just that high pressure, setting the tone early in the game is great from Toronto. Again, way more patience in possession, as we talked about. Last time they gave the ball away, last game, they gave the ball away a lot, and they weren't able to play that the way that they want to. They just didn't have any energy left in their legs for that beautiful opposite movement that you can see from them up top, or the midfielders making those deep runs. So just in regaining the ball, transitional moments both teams are susceptible. So for them, just having a little bit more patience on the ball, keeping it, getting their shape, and then playing forward.
Immediately playing this. Maya Jones on the ball. Sonia trying to find a little time, a little space. Collie Johnson cutting inside, wins that tackle. Collie Johnson laying it off to Books. Books' cross, read by Chisholm.
And even in Toronto's press, if you notice, or the way that they defend, anytime a ball comes in between their lines, and vertically, I mean, you just see like 2 or 3 at least players condense and win the ball back. It's really nice.
Ashley Cathro absolutely mugging Maya Jones. Be a free kick for the Calgary Wild.
Mugging, that's a good word. Yeah, good call.
So Ashley Cathro, culprit there. Toronto trying to hold their line high. Grace Storty on the ball for the Wild.
I saw Rowe pointing there. That is, I said Maya Jones would be the first.
Oh! What a chance! Calgary Wild, Sophia Manor came out, and the Calgary Wild connecting, but over top of the bar.
Oh, man.
Oh, Tilly James, so close.
And these are the kind of balls that if you're coming for, if Manor's coming for it, she's got to win it. She's got to get a fist on it at least. Lucky for nothing to come of it.
Tilly James moving forward, the center back.
Ooh, the wind. Can you hear it?
Oh, the wind is bad. So 15 minutes into this match, it's AFC Toronto on top. 1-0 over the Calgary Wild. Oh yeah, look at the corner flag over on the far side of the pitch.
Ball person is like,
yeah, I'm not going to be able to
trying.
get that ball down.
yeah.
Well, let's go to Kate in studio. Kate, what do you got for us?
Well, I'm just curious. You shouted out your first 2-5. One of my first 2-5s was that Caitlin Talbert would be the first goalkeeper to get an assist. You are the experts. Does this count? Am I a terrible person?
Aren't you a goalie? Don't you have sympathy, Kate?
I'm a competitor.
You're a competitor. That's the ultimate, right?
Have you seen the movie The Grinch? Have you seen it with like the little baby heart?
So you're saying no?
Yeah, yours still hasn't grown 3 sizes. Brutal.
So Kate and Kelsey Mitchell in studio. So glad to have Kelsey with us today. Here's Pickett. Ball crossed in, headed away. Savitsky pushing that forward. There's Catherine Harvey, her first start of the season today. Playing that.
Yeah, and despite the goal, I do think Calgary has had a bright start. Their possession game is great, and they're just showing a little bit more bravery on the ball.
And there's the possession stats just to back you up, Aaron.
Oh, yes.
So the Wild. There's Maya Jones. Interesting, Maya Jones kind of sliding into the midfield today. Obviously showing her versatility. We're used to seeing her play up top.
Yeah, she's a great player and a smart player. You know, anytime a player coming off into the midfield, they're trying to potentially pull a defender with them, which opens up space for someone else. But really, really enjoy watching Jones and her progress. She had a tough year last season, and she shows a lot of like grit and spirit, which that's my jam.
Storty pushing forward. Storty, the shot goes wide. Speaking of Maya Jones, let's go to Kate now.
Yeah, thank you, Signa. I had a good chat with Coach Marko Milanovic about Maya Jones because, of course, Maya Jones was in the Toronto environment last year. She was a member of AFC Toronto, though she didn't play, and asked him, it must have been nice to see her get a brace in her debut, and he said it was. It was like his team scored. He says he wishes her so much luck. Obviously not this weekend, Signa, but in general wants her to do so well, says they really wanted to keep her.
Yeah, they really did. Marko Milanovic saying that she spent all last season recovering from a foot injury, and you know what? She decided to go back to Calgary. That's where she's from. She's best friends with Grace Storty. They played University of Memphis together, and you know what? There's no place like home, honestly, when you go through tough times. And Nikki Small, that was late. And Sonia going down.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good call. She kind of goes through her shin ankle area.
Small check.
That's 89. 89 now, tackles?
89 tackles. I'm not sure that one counts. Does it count when you get a foul?
I don't know.
So a free kick for Calgary, a yellow card to Nikki Small.
It's funny, I talked about the patience that Toronto needs to increase from the last game, but in that situation, I think there were some options forward to kind of catch Calgary out in transition.
Colby Barnett on the ball for AFC Toronto. We'll give and go with Chisholm. We'll try and play around the back. Burns cutting inside. Trying to chip over top. It does bounce down for April Lantain. Lantain. Referee thought maybe she went down a little too easy there. Nikki Small wins it back. Small moving forward, looking for maybe a angle to shoot. Zoe Burns, top of the box to Chisholm. Lantain sliding it through. Barnett cuts it back. That's Lauren Rowe again. And the deflection in front picked up by Talbot.
And Barnett does a really good job to just find that seam with not a lot of space. And yeah, that deflection helped Talbot out, I think, a little bit. But again, you know, we talked about defensive principles. Watching Calgary, despite the score, you can see definitely a shift. Sinead McSherry talked about just the urgency in which they have to do things. So you saw that in the last play with White, just her tracking back, getting cover, working together. So a shift for Calgary from last game.
Burns little too far. Johnson cutting inside, getting that ball, but that forward pass too far for Kat Harvey. Another question from our chat. Why are the Wild in their away kits and Toronto in their home kits today? Does this have anything to do with the theme of today's game, the retro theme? That's what they're doing at McMahon Stadium today.
That's a great question. Yes, so, I don't know the answer to that.
Apparently, I think the word is that teal gave them retro vibes. So this is their their
really?
secondary kit.
Okay.
I love it. It kind of reminds me. Well, you know, it's an ode to Alberta, if you will. Wild roses, the blue sky.
It's a really nice kit. Retro.
We have, I was going to say, at home, I have a scarf from every team, and I have the scarf in the secondary.
Oh.
Yeah, I do. Marko Milanovic, his AFC Toronto 1-2-1 this season, coming off back-to-back losses, and he said to us earlier this week, they need a result. There's a little bit of tension within the team, but you'd never know it the way that they support each other. They lift each other up, and that's something that he's truly proud of, even in tough times, that they continue to lift each other up.
Yeah, that is the one thing that you hear continuously about Toronto. Just even new players coming in, them feeling very welcome right off the bat. And I think culture is such an important piece of playing the game. And you know, I know in my history we've lost some players who had two nationalities, two another country, because a million years ago we weren't as welcoming as we could have been, you know. So that became one of my main focuses with the national team. And it's so important to feel like yourself. You perform so much better, and it's enjoyable. And at the end of the day, it's a game. It should be fun.
That was a great advantage for a lot of these teams when the Northern Super League launched in year number 1. It's like you're building a team from scratch, and being able to kind of put your stamp on your team culture in year number 1 and build from there, which we're seeing these teams do.
Yeah, especially when, you know, it's very rare that you go onto a team and every single player is new and very few people have played together, right? So even with culture, the leadership emerging, and so it was an interesting season last season. And yeah, it's definitely, you know, a lot of coaches were very intentional about setting the foundation. And one person who I think is really leading the charge in this, it was really nice to connect with Marko Milanovic the other day, and you know, like just the fact that he manages all of his players. Kaylee Hunter hasn't scored yet. She's a young player. I'm sure super hungry to score and being impatient, especially as a young player. And so I, you know, inquired, do you treat your young players different than your more senior veteran players? And he does. He believes in making sure that they feel, you know, the life balance. He doesn't just check in with soccer. He checks in with life. And, you know, I think I would have loved to have had a coach when I was super young. Everything was soccer, 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 soccer. And it actually had a negative impact on my game. So nice to hear that we have, you know, he won Coach of the Year last year. And I'm not surprised after chatting with him that he's making sure that he's checking in on the human being as well.
Collie Johnson. Over to Storty. Jackie Savitsky recently called into the Philippines camp coming up.
And well deserved. I think Savitsky's a fantastic player. She's often paired with another midfielder who likes to kind of just stay and be that pivot, someone who goes through. So she does a lot of the, you would call her maybe more traditional 8, which if I think about an 8, I think a box-to-box midfielder. So they're running longer distances, covering a lot of ground, and she's great in possession. And even Sinead McSherry was talking about her picking up the slack in the leadership role because they have lost a lot of their leaders to some injuries.
Savitsky approaching 50 caps with the Philippines, and the Philippines have already qualified for the World Cup in 2027 in Brazil and the Olympics in LA. So big things for the Philippines program. Of course, Jess Coward from the Vancouver Rise, also part of that setup.
Fantastic defender. I really like Coward. Could have been a handball maybe there.
Maya Jones fighting it out here. Calgary Wild trying to drive the ball forward. Didn't quite have the mustard to get the pass through.
Yeah, the right look and great run, but.
Let's go back to Kate McKenna in studio.
Thank you, Signa. Yes, with my pal Kelsey Mitchell, familiar with Alberta weather, multi-sport Olympian. Have you ever competed in weather as brutal as this?
Worse, yeah. We'd have provincials in October, end of October, and it'd just be a snowstorm and dreading heading that ball when it's a rock, basically.
Yeah, not fun, and I'd be yelling to get under it. I'd be yelling as a keeper at players to get under it.
Yeah.
We're happy to be in climate-controlled
We feel good right now.
Yeah. Thanks, Signa.
No kidding. I'm curious if Kelsey was the type to wear like the spandex underneath along with the mittens, and or were you just hardy? I have a feeling that she was like a hardy weather athlete.
She strikes me as someone who's very tough.
Yes.
On the other hand, I don't think anyone's seen any of my skin for 25 years because I would just put as many layers on.
Driven in and punched away by Talbert. And up over top. You were talking about punching being so important in today's game.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to comment that, you know, some would say, oh, it's right to her hands, but it's a bit risky. You drop it there. You've got a number of Toronto players just waiting Well done by Talbert.
One 1-0 game for the visitors. AFC Toronto on top. A goal from Lauren Rowe. Calgary trying to get themselves back into this game.
Again, what a shift in Toronto. Just their composure in regaining.
Burns looking direct, has Rowe. Gonna run long.
I think she would have been offside in any case, but again, props to Calgary being together in the back line, recognizing that through ball and went to step for the offside trap.
Just hear those wind gusts.
It's interesting, we normally think of Toronto as a 5-3-2 or a 3-5-2, but watch the way that they're pressing. Burns is getting really high. It almost looks like a 4-4-2. They often do a player-per-player press.
Rollins looking to switch across the field. And out for a Toronto throw. Interim coach Sinead McSherry said they had some tough conversations this week about effort after that 4-0 loss to the Halifax Tides at home at McMahon last week. But the team receptive, took the information, and right now seeing a better effort through 30 minutes of this game, even though they are in a 1-0 deficit.
Well, absolutely, and even how they have responded. You know, like after having a 4-0 game and then coming up, you know, getting scored on early and the way they got scored on, but they've been resilient, and I think that's a great shift from them.
Harvey taking it herself. It's Gita Storty. Small and Rowe playing in combination. Lauren Rowe. She's looking for Kaylee Hunter. Hunter, been quiet so far. Kaylee Hunter back to Lauren Rowe. And a well-timed tackle again, that shin for Lauren Rowe.
But even in that last play, Calgary just really condensing and only giving the space out wide. Can you tell that I love defending, or?
Oh, I love it. Nikki Small sent in. Cross in, she's got Hunter! Oh, she tried to poke it through, and Talia White with a timely tackle.
What a tackle, well timed. She's done it a couple times now in this game.
Great effort.
And this is where I think Toronto's particularly dangerous. Kind of call them the bronze zones when you're crossing, when you're getting close to the 18-yard box. Cutbacks from there are really hard to defend, especially for goalkeepers. But nice tackle.
See the wind just chopping down that corner flag. Colby Barnett trying to find a proper spot and get the ball to stay. In swinging kick, pardon me, from Colby Barnett. Referee Robert D'Alessio having a few words. Both players in the box. Barnett driving it in, was looking for near post and had Lauren Rowe. Whistle down. Okay, we're gonna go back to our lounge. Kate and Kelsey, we have a message from the one and only Diana Matheson. It's for Kelsey. If you couldn't do cycling or bobsleigh or soccer or speed skating,
oh my God,
what is another Olympic sport you would like to try?
Is there another one, Kelsey?
You know, I always want to give rowing a try. Never tried rowing, and I thought I could be good at it.
Something tells me you could be good at
Thank
it.
you.
Good in bad weather because you're hardy like stew, as Signa Butler said.
I didn't say stew. I said, you know, like a hardy athlete.
I
Come
added
on.
in stew. I added in stew. It
I
just
love
sounded
compliments.
nice.
Thanks, guys.
Editorializing Kate McKenna. Thank you.
Now I kind of want stew. We should get stew after the show.
I know. Well, this weather is making me freezing. Poor players.
Oh, yeah.
Although some players love this kind of weather.
Really?
I don't know. If I was a ball kid today, I think I'd be like, oh, how did I get this assignment?
Yeah. Today of all days, absolutely.
Cathro back to Rollins. Does well to get that out of trouble, but bounces off of Colby Barnett, and here comes Grace Storty. Storty looking inside, has Maya Jones. Jones cut inside, still working at it. And can she keep that alive? No, it'll go out of bounds, but you see that effort from Maya Jones, never giving up on a ball in her first start of the season.
Again, this is excellent from Calgary. Storty wins that ball because the whole back line has stepped up. They're tighter as a unit from front to back, side to side.
Grace Storty grabbing that leg. She did have a late challenge there against Storty.
Wow, Storty getting really high there.
And we talked to Sinead McSherry about Grace Storty. She had to force her to leave the pitch the other day because she had picked up a little bit of a knock toward the end of the game against Halifax. And Storty known for playing basically 90 minutes game in, game out for the Wild. And Sinead McSherry said, yeah, I had to force her to come out. That's the kind of player she is. Pickett. Throw to Barnett, Colby Barnett, under pressure from Keelan Stewart, and that does go off Barnett for a wild throw.
The one thing I really like about a 3-5-2 is your wingbacks are often kind of in this like awkward space between lines, right? Calgary is playing, they often play 4-1-4-1 or 4-4-2, and so Barnett and Burns, they kind of just sit in between, you can see right here, which forces Storty to make a decision there and opening that space in the wide channel for Hunter.
Lantain takes her charge up the left side. Lauren Rowe. Ball just bouncing around. Chisholm, one touch out of foot. Thought maybe she'd have a go. Small does, and Talbert covers it up.
It's one of the things she's working on is shots from distance. And those balls that are bouncing and the surface is wet and they may look easy on TV, but they can sometimes be very challenging. So well done by Talbert.
I believe we have another question from the chat, which is Signa and Aaron. Oh no, Hockey Media Q. This is, what's your favorite NSL mascot and what was your favorite all-time favorite mascot? Okay, I know who you're gonna say.
You do?
You come on, you played for the Tides last year.
I was like, she's the queen, she's in the water, yes. Jocelyn.
Yeah, Queen Jocelyn.
What about you?
Okay, so last year we had NSL Trivia Night during NSL Finals Week.
Okay.
And all the mascots at the time were there. So Sunny, Echo, and Jocelyn. And I screamed. I was like, oh my gosh, mascots. But yes, and now we've got Perry in Ottawa. Perry the
That's
Falcon.
right.
So we've got 4.
Who doesn't love a mascot? I have so many
great.
questions for the people that perform in the mascot, you
Yes.
know? Just kidding. They're actually, that's how they exist in the world. There's no humans in there.
Otherwise I would have said Youppi, probably.
Oh my. I don't even know. I'm actually
Montreal Expos now with the Montreal Canadiens. But that's okay.
I'm actually a really horrible sports fan. I just watch soccer.
No, that makes you, for our fan base, that makes you,
Yes.
you're following the right sports. Tally White, uh-oh, this is trouble again. And Talbert off her line, staying in touch with her defenders.
Tough when they go off the shin guards. But I think, you know, physically, White takes off that center line. You know, she basically cuts Hunter off with her body, making it a little bit more challenging for her to get there, and Talbert does a good job to come out.
Burns laying it in for Rowe. Lantain. Cross to Barnett. Quickly. AFC Toronto playing. Barnett. Taking on Storty. Tough task. And Storty wins that battle. Rollins stepping forward, making sure that doesn't go anywhere.
So I think Toronto is doing a good job of coming off the front, so coming off of Calgary Wild's back line to come and receive the ball. And what that ultimately ends up doing is creating a space, because the Calgary Wild defenders going with them in and behind right here. And I think they could be using that pass. They just have to make sure they're looking for it a little bit sooner. So that was a perfect example. A little bit too much weight on the pass. But if someone's running off the front, there's now a new space, unless the defender decides to stay, and then you can play that person who's come off the front, and they can turn into a really threatening area.
Lantain intercepts. Cross in, and James had to deal with that. Still popping around, and Storty will send it out for a throw-in. Less than 5 minutes to play in this opening half at McMahon Stadium. Final game of Week 6 between Calgary and Toronto. Lantain battling with Savitsky. And AFC Toronto will recycle through Rollins. Small, nice touch.
Yes. Her technical ability in small spaces is so nice.
Sonia tried to clear that out for a throw-in. Got a stat or cap. Did we win this one last time? Okay, stat or cap. There have been 7 braces so far this season. So a brace is 2 goals in 1 game. Stat or cap, what do you think?
And I actually didn't know that it was a brace until I listened to you, Signa.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I would say that's true.
Okay.
Stat, sorry.
Stat.
What do you?
It's a stat. Oh my God. We got it. So 7 braces so far this season in the Northern Super League. So yes, goals.
That's
There be
wild.
plenty. There be plenty. Storty. Oh, would have been a nice pass there to Keelan Stewart, who does well to keep that
Wow,
alive.
well done.
The 18-year-old from Calgary has Maya Jones. Kaylee Books. And the pass off the mark, unfortunately, for Collie Johnson.
It's always too bad when you work really hard to get it. Again,
Just got to win it back.
just gotta win it back.
Sounds easy.
Just gotta run. Gotta keep on running. Toronto just needs to continue to keep that patience. Small trying to look up the flank, but again, after regaining or gaining possession, always try to keep it for a couple passes before going forward. can often result in a little bit more success in possession.
Free kick for AFC Toronto. Pickett on the ball, and that is going to be trouble. And that went off Ashley Cathrow's face, I believe, but
Looks like.
AFC Toronto manages to escape without any trouble. Keelan Stewart was on the case. Hunter has Small. Small has Burns. Burns thought about the cross. Keeps it alive, back to Pickett. Small. Burns. Low cross. Cleared away.
Again, people are going to get tired of me saying this, but just the patience that Calgary Wild is showing on defense. Oftentimes you have one person putting pressure on the ball. They're doing a really good job, and when you put pressure on the ball, you leave space, and they're doing a really good job of providing that cover and making sure the gaps are not too big so Toronto players can't get capitalize on that space.
Fourth official, Shaylin Holdaway, holding up the time. Just 1 minute of added time in this opening half. And interim coach Sinead McSherry, we saw her on the sidelines looking a little bit drenched. It is torrential rain here in Calgary, but despite the 1-0 deficit, must be pleased with the way her team has played this opening half.
Absolutely. They've been better in possession, and their defending has been so much better. This is like the weather when it's rained a lot and it's going to take you 3 hours to put a comb through your hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't experience that anymore with my short hair, but.
Lauren Rowe banged up. Free kick in favor of AFC Toronto. And Sonia will be spoken to by the official. So a final opportunity here. The end of added time in the opening half. Colby Barnett. Ball inside. Up in the air. And Talbert.
Well done.
And that's it for the opening half of action at McMahon Stadium. It's AFC Toronto on top. 1-0 over the Calgary Wild. 45 minutes left to play. 7 degrees, loads of rain, wind gusts, and these players and fans hanging around in the stands. So the goal scorer is Nikki Small. But we have a little treat, a little behind the scenes, if you will, with one of the Wild's young stars, Sarita Thurton. Let's take a listen.
Ooh, that was good. That was really good. Yo, that was crazy. I'm getting upset. No, I'm gassed. Great game, great game. I feel like they're cheating. How did she get up there that fast? Christy put the cone on top. Where are you going? I'm sick of this game. We can beat them! All right, we need a win now. That was just a joke. Yep, relax, relax, relax. Let's play composed. Stay with it, stay with it. Yep, nice. Well done. Good black. A dub, finally. We did it. W. Good T, stay with it, T. Yeah, stop, stop. Nice, man, yeah. Yes. Black. Oh, a win feels good. Yeah, quick, quick, quick. Oh. Yes. 1, 2, 3. What? Time to go to bed. He's watching. We got eyes all the time.
1-0 for AFC Toronto at the half over the Calgary Wild. Kate McKenna, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaron McLeod with you. Welcome to our NSL Watch Potty. So glad you're with us. Potty, welcome to our NSL Watch Potty.
Potty.
Anyway.
Oh, I thought you were saying potty. She's got to go to the bathroom, folks.
General reaction, Aaron McLeod, on what you just saw.
So I love me some defense, okay? I am so impressed with Calgary. What a shift. I know it's unfortunate the way that they got scored in early on, but I think the defensive principles that Sinead talked about, they're really showing, right? They're moving together as a unit, they're getting up like side to side, they're controlling the spaces in between them really, really well. So that's a great shift that I've seen from them. And then Toronto, funny on the other hand, as the half progressed, I thought it became more and more of the Toronto that we're used to seeing, the identity, calm on the ball, making better decisions, and then just that movement. I want them to expose the spaces a little bit better that they're creating with their movement off of Calgary Wild's back line, but hopefully we'll see that in a second.
No kidding, no kidding. What do you think about what you just saw?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that the possession was 50-50. I would rather play in rain or snow over wind, so we'll see what happens when Calgary has the wind at their back.
No kidding. And listen, weather was a factor. And Aaron, I'm going to get you to take us through Lauren Rowe's goal because weather might have been a factor in this one. I know, I can see your face. You feel like Caitlin Talbot probably wants this one back.
Absolutely. And to be fair, you know, like in these conditions, you hate to see it. And she knows, she knows right away, right? And the nice thing, the one thing that I am going to highlight, Rowe does a great job. Toronto's press is organized and aggressive, but the reaction of her teammates immediately to come and make sure that she's okay. Like they talked about being more accountable, knowing each other's roles, and I think that's a good shift from Calgary. And they didn't let it get to them. They continued to play. So for that, I was at least happy, although Talbot will have nightmares, I'm sure.
You mentioned Calgary. They were actually leading in possession at the beginning of this match, and they had some chances, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think their possession, like Maya Jones is great. She's kind of coming into these great spaces. Oh, you can see it here. Yeah, Stewart getting in behind. And Manor does a good job here, but at least they're creating a lot more, threatening the run in behind. Look at all that space they've created. So they're more aggressive, they're on the front foot. Again, I make this comment that I need, as a goalkeeper, Manor just needs to make contact on this. But they're getting the chances, they're going forward. It's more of a mindset shift that we see. They want the ball, and they're trying to go forward.
As we look at the stats after the first 45, and Kelsey, you alluded to this, almost a 50-50 split in terms of possession, but you look at the shots, 6 total shots for Toronto, just 2 for Calgary. So we are going to pivot a little bit because soccer is about soccer and the sport, of course, but it is also about the style. So grab your sunnies and get ready because we are going to break down some of the best fashion of the season so far. We all agreed on our first pick. It was AFC Toronto for Asian Heritage Month. Yeah. This was a gorgeous photo shoot that they did. This is chef's kiss good. You see Kayla Hansen, Sam Chang, Victoria Pickett. What do you guys love about this?
Love the colors. Love the red.
It just looks so elevated,
all the
doesn't it?
accessories, yep.
It looks so elevated, and shout out to Jen Park-Krulik, who's the Korean stylist behind this. I also love that it reminds you that players can be multidimensional. They look gorgeous and soft. You can be many things if you're a professional soccer player, right, Aaron?
Oh, I agree with you, Kate. And also, like, the photos are like Frida-esque. You know what I'm saying?
You've taught me a lot about art in the past few days.
So
Aaron
much
McLeod
to learn,
does
Kate.
a lot of teaching here. I need to showcase someone else who is really crushing it, DB Pridham. Crushing it on the pitch, but crushing it fashion-wise too. Did you guys know that DB also has a fashion line? She's a designer herself. She made this shirt. So look at this sweatshirt. I'm not normally a floral girl, but I love me some barrel jeans, and I love some sneakers, and the tulips on that sweatshirt are in honor of the Ottawa Tulip Festival. Hand-painted. Love it.
Hand-painted?
I know. Look at those. She painted that herself. I know. Aaron, who you got?
Okay, well, I'm like an old school retro kind of cat, okay? And so anytime I can wear a uniform in a different version, here we've got, I love me some knits. You know, and this just reminds me of a soccer kit from back in the day, the 70s. I was born in the 80s. I know I don't look it, but the 70s really was, I don't know, just That was
Just
my
your time.
decade.
And this is Stella Downing. This is Stella Downing, by the way, rocking this
sorry.
amazing shirt. No, no,
Absolutely.
I
Downing.
got you.
Yeah.
I got
Who
you.
was fantastic last game, as a side
She
note.
was.
Yeah.
Kelsey, who you got?
I have Talia White and Grace Storty, proud Albertan, and rocking the cowboy hat and the fur coat. You just can't go wrong.
Oh, man.
Look at this.
Look at that. It's kind of like this Alberta swagger
They look
that
good.
only people from Alberta
Oh.
have.
Really? I think it's giving Real Housewives of McMahon. Like they look riche. Look at the blowout. Look at the shades.
Great word.
They look like fancy ladies. You would never know that she led the league in tackles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or she looks like she could ride a bull after this and be, you know what I mean, just tough.
This
through
is
and through.
quiet luxury, I think. Okay, so from that to this, different worlds, but we're going with Cho. Cho is a legend, a veteran on the pitch, but she is a legend when it comes to fashion too. She is an Adidas 3-stripe woman. Look at these pants. Cho, when I sat down with her preseason, I told her she's my pantspiration because she always has
Get
the
outta
best
here.
wide leg pants. And South Korea, they're just ahead of us all in so many ways. You've got K-pop, you've got K-beauty, and you've got Cho. And this, I love her fit. Say no more.
This was my choice. Look at this. Look at this tracksuit. But like, look at the way she's standing.
Like a model?
Like a model, like she's owning the place. Okay, speaking of owning the place, okay, Sarah Rollins.
Oh.
Okay, we're talking about retro. We're talking about old school. The notorious B.I.G. Notorious. Look at this jacket. Okay, head to toe. You may not be able to see it in the photo, but oh my gosh, look at this. What do you think? Is that a knit?
That's good.
Do you think we're wearing similar tops? Is what I'm asking
I
you.
think so, yes. I had to get educated about both these tops. I did not know about the artist on yours, and when I saw your script, I read it as Notorious Big.
No.
I know. Even our guest feels bad for you. Even our guest. She's mortified.
Do you have another one?
I got another one. Lauren Rowe and Zoe Burns.
The goal scorer.
Yeah, it brings me back to
Ooh.
like Jennifer Lopez, Britney Spears era. I just love
Yes.
the colors and the denim. You just can't go wrong.
We talked about your quads earlier. I do think that skirt on the left would really work with your quads.
Yeah, no,
and I mean
don't
that in
hate
the nicest way.
No, I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to get one.
Aaron, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, again, I said I'm an Alberta girl. Look at these colors, you know, like the brown tones, and just even the sunglasses. Can you imagine me in
They've
this
considered
outfit?
it all. I think you should try it. I think you should try it.
I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate that. But one person who I think can pull off anything, literally, is Katrina Peterson. Excuse me.
The queen.
So, look at this. Now, this may seem like a subtle outfit. She's got a quarter zip. With if I put this on, people will be like, Aaron, go back to bed. Stop wearing your pajamas out. Do you know what I mean? But she has the ability to put on pajama-esque clothing. And she's just a boss. She does this side pony that she just throws it up. And I think it's like a European thing. My wife is Icelandic. Look at this. Look at this. You know what I mean? Again, if I were to wear this, who knows? But she's got this swagger about her that I just love.
She really does. And she's someone who looks really comfortable in the rain. If the rain is pelting down, I am covering my head, looking monstrous. Katrina just walks out there in these outfits, unbothered.
Yeah.
Unbothered.
That's a skill that you don't have. Yeah.
Who you got?
Last one is a tracksuit, red and black. You can't go wrong with Latifah.
Latifah
There it is.
Abdu, Vancouver
yeah.
Rise. And look at showing off those abs too.
Just looks good.
Do you think she's tucking the jacket into a sports bra? I've learned that that's a way to get that cropped look. How do we think that's staying up like that?
Drawstring,
Anyone?
maybe. Drawstring? No?
It makes a difference, I think, in
Yeah.
terms of the fit. Erin looks like she doesn't know what I'm talking
I actually
about.
have no idea how she's defying gravity with. Is it a sports bra? I'm not sure. And this will surprise you, I've never tried it myself. So I have no idea.
Well, maybe that's a goal. 10,000 subscribers is a goal.
And once I turn 50, I'm going to show my midriff.
It's a goal.
Brilliant.
Well, speaking of fashion, Kelsey, we're so glad you're here because players aren't the only one showing off their fits. We have to ask you about your Instagram and a video we saw because you like sparkly things?
Yeah,
What's
look at that.
happening
There's just
here?
a lot happening. There's a lot going on. High fashion, as you can see. It was a fundraiser, and I got to walk the runway in heels. Not my forte, but I did my best, and it seemed like it was a hit.
I mean, no notes. no notes on
Thank
that.
you. I appreciate that.
I do have questions though, because your athletic resume, your fashion resume is impressive, but your athletic resume is outstanding. You went from varsity soccer, you have to listen to this, varsity soccer to gold at the Summer Olympics, and then just this year competed in the Winter Olympics. We kind of talked about this during the match. Do you have crazy self-confidence?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit toxic. It's a toxic trait. I believe in myself maybe a little bit too much, but I like putting myself out there. Yeah.
It's working for you. Okay.
Put yourself out there and then you back it up and perform, and then you just kind of build up that confidence. Yeah.
I need you. They were doing true or false during the game, stat or cap, but is it true that you didn't even own a bike when you started training and you won a national title within months?
It's a stat.
Come on.
That is a stat.
How does
That's
that
if you
happen?
could take your little baby mic off, you should just drop it.
How does that happen?
Hard work. I mean, I had the raw athleticism, and then I had the mentality for it, and I went all in, and it worked out really, really well. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I mean, I think the cool thing about your unbelievable career is you started with soccer, right? And we are all, Diana Matheson, shout out, so impressed with this league, right? It's changed so many lives. Do you think that you would have wanted to play in the NSL if things were different?
100%.
Yeah?
100%, yes. I would have loved this. It would have been amazing. It would have been the best to play at home in Canada and, yeah, keep my soccer career going.
Yeah.
And your partying career going. Although I hear Olympians party, but that begs my next question. Be honest.
'Kay.
Who parties harder? Winter Olympians, Summer Olympians, or varsity soccer players?
Oh, that is a great question.
I know.
Did you come up with that
Yes.
one? That's good. That was so good.
Varsity soccer players, no question. Not even close. My liver's still recovering from however many years ago.
When you knew the bar, the day of the week in the bar?
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. You, we want to take a look at a post that you did on social media here. So for the people in the room who haven't won a gold medal, sorry, there's only one of us, that's awkward, but tell us how you felt walking away from Tokyo with a gold medal around your neck. What an accomplishment.
Proud, very, very proud. People always ask, like, how did it feel to cross the line? I feel like it didn't really hit me until I saw the maple leaf going up and the anthem playing and know everyone was singing back home. And yeah, it's still special to think about.
Yeah.
It's retro night in Calgary, so I need to ask you about this. What does retro mean to you? What comes to mind?
Probably the Walkman, Tamagotchi,
Yes.
probably like late 90s, early 20s for me, because I'm a little bit younger than you guys.
Okay.
The subtle shade. The subtle
I don't
shade.
even use lotion anymore.
Look at this. We have some retro pictures.
There
Look
she
at you.
is.
So a power pose at the age of 5.
Oh yeah, I knew
those
my
shin
angles. Look at
guards.
those teeth, really, yeah.
Oh my gosh. You were self-confident from the jump.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Erin. Is this you?
Has her hair always been that thick? Is that your question? We've answered it, everyone, just in case.
Look at how
you.
cute.
Look at the collar on that jersey
are.
too.
Oh, Stella Downing. See,
Stella
look
Downing.
at that.
This is so sweet, and that collar. That guy behind you is like, what is happening over there?
And knows how to pose as well. Look at that. Okay.
Oh, there I am.
Yes, those knee pads.
The
Look
knee
at that.
pads,
Yep.
the padded shorts,
Were you like Michael Jordan that you had your mouth open all the time?
all
For,
the
like,
time.
Really? No tongue out though. Or
Sometimes tongue, but I also, it's hilarious. I wondered why I always had acne as a teenager, and it's because I never washed that stupid sweatband.
Signa. Of course
There she
you would be
is.
like classy and cute.
Classy and a champion.
I
Always
like
a
those
champion.
shorts too. Look at that.
Our Signa Butler.
Did she win 17 prizes in one day? Look at that.
You know what? Let's ask her. That's perfect, Erin. You can find out. You're heading back to the booth. Signa, answer this question for us. Did you win 17 prizes in one day?
No. Goodness, no. And why is the trophy the same size as like me? And like, that's the perfect retro picture because I can just feel the material, you know, that kind of polyester blend. I don't know. Yeah. Well, we're back at McMahon Stadium. It is 1-0 for AFC Toronto over the Calgary Wild. One substitution for you to let you know about, and that would be Maya Jones exiting the game, and into the game will be Tegan Stewart for the Calgary Wild. Maya Jones still on her return to play protocol, so she was only expected to play about a half today, and obviously the conditions, they want to be careful with such a valuable player, so Tegan Stewart into the game. Tegan Stewart recently called into Canada's U20 preparation camp coming up in June in Spain. So 3 players, in fact, on the pitch right now, part of that U20 setup, getting set maybe for the World Cup in September in Poland. So Tegan Stewart, as well as Olivia Chisholm and Kaylee Hunter of AFC Toronto. So getting set to kick off the second half at McMahon. It'll be AFC Toronto with the ball. No changes to their 11, but the wind will be in their face, so we'll see how they fare with a 1-0 lead. Again, 7 degrees, pouring rain, and wind gusts of almost up to 70 kilometers per hour. So it is a windy one there in the Stampede City.
Substitution for the Calgary Wild in the halftime. Entering the match is number 30, Tegan Stewart.
Chisholm moving it forward to Kaylee Hunter. Tilly James to Talia White, who had a timely tackle to stop Kaylee Hunter from scoring in the opening half. So in the second half, viewers at home, if you've been joining us at the YouTube watch party, we've got an exclusive chat for you for subscribers only. Yes, we have a goal. We want our subscribers up to 10,000 by the end of the season. So join us. You can win an NSL swag bag. So I don't know what's in it. I don't know what's in it. I can't confess, but it's going to be good. I know. So join us in the chat. Send us your questions. If you remember our first to 5, if any of them have come true so far, I can tell you one of mine did. Yes, humble brag again. Kate McKenna
there it is
in studio.
So a lot of these players on Calgary are on reduced minutes. I think Sinead McSherry's done a really good job of kind of evening out the talent with bringing the players that are coming in, Tegan Stewart being one of them, who I think is really a bright light for Calgary, and her sister also doesn't do so bad.
Yeah, they've been certainly bright spots this season, and that's one of the the advantages of having so many injuries is some of these young players do get a chance to play and develop, and that's what the NSL is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And McSherry did make the comment that they have an opportunity to think of this as their chance. The reality of this situation is they need other people to step up.
Lantain getting by Sonia to Nikki Small, plays it first time. That's a nice ball. Kaylee Hunter's in her first of the season. It is. She's been waiting and finally has it. Kaylee Hunter. And the assist from Nikki Small, and it's 2-0 AFC Toronto.
She almost looks relieved, doesn't she? What a fantastic setup from Small. She hits that first time in behind. This is what we were talking about in the first half, like recognizing when you're pulling a player out, hits it first time, and this is just brilliant from Hunter. Putting it away. I'm sure she's relieved. She'll sleep well tonight.
In front of her family and friends in her hometown of Calgary, Kaylee Hunter opening the scoring in the second half. Their first of the season. And Aaron, yeah, you mentioned the look of relief perhaps.
Yeah.
We're used to seeing Kaylee Hunter near the top of the goal scoring standings. Had 16 goals last season in 25 games. Second just to DB Pridham. Remarkable first season at 17 years of age.
Yeah, wow. But I think the brilliance of a one-touch pass like that doesn't give your defender time to set. And I do think Calgary's done a really good job, but James just doesn't even have enough time to readjust her body. And I think it kind of slides almost under her, but great recognition from Small. She's obviously got her scan in early to be able to play that first time.
Hunter. Rose pass back to Barnett, but Cathro's there to sweep it up. Say that last goal. Lantain, a big factor in the midfield there. Well, I know for our subscribers out there on our chat right now, we have a stat or cap coming up, and you can earn a prize. First to answer, there have been 8 clean sheets so far this season, stat or cap. So our subscribers there, you can win a prize, an NSL swag bag. What do you think, Aaron?
8 clean sheets. I'm gonna say you go first. I always go first.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I think that's.
I feel like we've been
high.
seeing. I say cap because there's been a lot of goal scoring this season. Oh, come on!
No way! It's
No.
a stat.
Boo. Okay. Well, so hopefully somebody in our chat got that correct, and they're going home with an NSL prize pack. Nifty touch there. Calgary working hard to win that ball back. Does land at the foot of Lauren Rowe, but look at that. See, Calgary battling it out. That's what Sinead McSherry wants to see from her team. Bounce back.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the immediate amount of numbers that are around the ball, that's what you want to see.
Ball played over top. Collie Johnson. She can be dangerous, especially from distance. Little late on the challenge on Cathro. And Collie Johnson gets a yellow card.
Yeah, just late. Those kind of tackles always hurt a little bit more in this weather, don't they?
Of course, you need some retro shin guards. That would protect everything, right?
I was just
you were
thinking
just
of
thinking
you
that.
describing the shin guards you used to own.
Yeah.
You
if
still
you're-
have them, or?
I do still have them, actually.
Okay.
They're I'm surprised they haven't disintegrated, to be honest, but.
The Cooper, right? Were they Coopers?
They were Coopers.
Yes. Protect those ankles.
Hunter lets it run across her body, trying to beat Tilly James to the ball. Shielding. Good battle between those two.
And that's great from James, like just getting back the physical, you know, making sure she's making impact, making it really hard for Hunter to keep her balance. I think that's great.
So that's confirming the earlier yellow card to Collie Johnson. The Matildas international, 3 caps for Australia in her young career. Collie Johnson, just 22.
Wow.
Played in a couple of under-20 World Cups.
A couple. Nice.
Okay, we've got a no dumb questions. This is from Boop7264. Kelsey.
Boop.
Oh, boo.
Kelsey, what's your favorite pre-competition meal and any go-to post-competition snacks?
Yeah, pre-competition, I used to struggle to get food in, so I'm usually having a piece of white bread with peanut butter and a banana.
I do love peanut butter. That's a great call.
Can't go wrong.
And Signa Butler, I have to say, I love hearing you read Boop 2364 in your award-winning broadcaster voice.
Yes.
Kelsey, what about post-competition?
I think I'm going pizza. Just anything with a little bit of cheese, grease, meat, protein, you know, carbs.
Any
and,
toppings? Any toppings on the pizza?
Anything but mushrooms.
Wow, dipping sauce?
Nope, no dipping sauce. I don't need it.
Hey, she knows what she likes, she knows what she wants, and this is why she's a beast, Signa.
Ball played over top, but whistled back. Do you have a pre-competition meal? I heard the Canadian women's national team likes pancakes and maple syrup, like real maple syrup, like you bring it on the road with you.
Yes, the rumors are true. I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal this secret, but we're doing it now. Yeah, absolutely. Pancakes, maple syrup, hit the carbs pretty hard, and normally a slab of chicken.
Nice.
Yeah, game day was my favorite because I don't often have a lot of maple syrup, but
It was a treat.
I would never hold back on game day.
Nice. I heard spaghetti with meat sauce is the other
Yeah,
carb loader.
which is fine, you know. It's just
This seems kind of plain.
doesn't have the same ring to it, you know.
Kat Harvey looking to draw a foul, doesn't get the call. Cathro turning back.
And Calgary is doing a good job of creating these pockets of pressure. I would have liked to have seen Manor actually switch the play in that last where there's a little bit more space on the opposite side. When you've got a pressure pocket, there's a lot of numbers, so the space is always over there. But again, we're seeing the evolution of goalkeepers, and it's so exciting to watch. And so many of our teams are playing out of the back, and that means more vision and awareness, better skills with both feet, and it's fun to watch as a keeper, former keeper.
Once a keeper, always a keeper.
I know, it's surprising how many people just say, I'm part of the union too, you know? A lot of keepers.
Ball was flicked over top by Rowe. Talbert gets to it first. Sonia. Back to Tilly James. Storty finds Stewart in the middle.
Well done.
Small. Retreats back to Burns. Oof. Small one at the call there. Doesn't get it this time. And the Wild will switch the play over to Storty.
There we go. Great. Thank you for the segment.
Kate, we're going back to you. Kate McKenna, there you go.
Thank you, Signa. We have another question for Kelsey. Kelsey, the star guest here today. Kelsey, if you could have dinner with any NSL player, who would it be?
I would have to say Tanya Boychuk.
From the Montreal Roses?
Yes.
How come?
Yes. Back in the day, we played together when she was just a young gal and I was a little bit older. She played up with us and she was a beast. She was great even at a young age.
What would you eat?
Maybe some Ukrainian food, some pierogies, some cabbage rolls. Yeah.
Because she represents Ukraine, of course, Ukrainian descent. You know how some people go for walks after dinner to feel better? I wonder if she'd do her signature flip.
Right after eating?
You ever seen that?
Yeah, I don't know if she would do it right then, but
Maybe.
maybe. Actually, maybe. Yeah.
A dual sport athlete, just like you, right? A competitive diver as well. Tanya Boychuk, maybe we can arrange that.
Okay, yeah, set it up. Set it up.
We'll set it up. Pierogies and all, Signa.
Nice. Montreal Roses forward. Tanya Boychuk, Edmonton native. Good recovery there by Colby Barnett.
I do think Calgary's doing a better job of being in possession. I'd love to see them switch the play a little bit more anytime you're playing, again, an organized defense. In order to find those pockets of space, you have to increase the ball speed.
Oh, for another throw. Nice footwork there by Kaylee Hunter, cutting inside. Keeping it alive. Lauren Rowe now looking for a target. Broken up by Storty.
The timing of that tackle is really important. You know, Toronto's got Hunter and Small threatening in the box. Well done by Storty. What do you have on your pierogies?
I don't know if they're like, am I gonna get a pierogi foul if I say onions, bacon, sour cream?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Love
that's
it.
just basic, right?
Growing up, we had Cheese Whiz a lot on our pierogies.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Do they still sell Cheese Whiz? Is it still legal?
Sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure it's like they've changed the formula. Lovely ball forward, but picked off by Rollins as Tegan Stewart was trying to free Johnson. And we got our live chat is a buzzing. We got another question for Kelsey. So Kelsey, what do you love to do during your off season? What is your bucket list for vacation spots? From Ava Spooner.
I love that Ava assumes you have an off season.
Yeah, I was gonna say off season is a foreign word for me. I think I just try new sports in my off season.
That is an honest answer. And what about a bucket list vacay spot?
I really want to go back to New Zealand. Yeah, I've been there. I was there for 5 days, and I feel like I didn't see any of it, and I need to go back.
New Zealand sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Are you one of those people who works out on vacation?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
This is why
But
she's
I eat
an
a lot.
Olympian.
I eat a lot too, so I'm like, I should work out too. It's like a balancing act. It's good.
She's an Olympian. I am not. Signa, Aaron, do you guys rest on vacay, or are you also working out?
I'm a rester personally. I might do the odd walk.
I'm a gym rat. Anytime I can work out.
Nice. Nice. I like that Kelsey said New Zealand. A lot of New Zealand connections in this game. Actually, we might see Michaela Moore. We
Yes.
might. Again, return to play protocols. So Michaela Moore, who's an influential center back for the Calgary Wild,
Absolutely.
played over 70 times for New Zealand for country, might come in the second half. We'll see.
Yeah, and I think, you know, again, McSherry speak to the leadership role that she really plays, right? And I would be, if I was McSherry, I'd be very happy with the shift that you've seen in the back line. But it's nice to have a center back who's controlling when you're dropping, when you're getting up, shifting side to side. That's a, you know, it's a very important role that that James might have had to fill.
Tilly James actually has a New Zealand connection. I believe she was born there before moving to Canada. So
Nice.
Tilly James has a little bit of connection to. Barnett cuts it back, and a little too aggressive on the tackle there was Tegan Stewart.
And one thing I love about both Stewarts, it's just their work rate. They're always tracking back, putting on that back pressure, which I think anytime you have, whether it's an attacking midfielder or winger or any forward, you know, defense starts from the top, and they play an important role in that.
Couple substitutions getting ready to come in, and Sarita Thurton, who you heard that great mic'd up segment with her earlier, one of the great young stars in this league, coming on.
She's one of my faves. What a fantastic player. Again, McSherry talking to just her ability to work hard, helps with the aggressive press, but also is key for them getting up the flank and getting those crosses in on the right side.
Nikki Small's shot just going wide. Tora Betteridge also coming in. It looks like Jorian Bauckham as well. So Calgary with some firepower coming into this second half. Keelan Stewart. Keelan Stewart. Going to Tegan, back to Keelan. And the through ball has Tegan Stewart. Tegan Stewart cuts it back, but Chisholm is there to read it.
And that's great defending. Anytime you're looking to defend across, generally your defenders kind of hang out in the 6-yard area, and you always want your midfielders to kind of occupy that penalty spot. So Chisholm does a good job to get back and make sure she's in the right space.
Almost 20 minutes gone in this second half. A 2-0 lead for AFC Toronto. Goals from Lauren Rowe in the opening half. Kaylee Hunter, her first of the season in the second half. So here comes the trio of substitutions. Jackie Savitsky, who seems to be nimbly walking on that foot.
Oh, man.
Don't want to see that coming out of the match. Tora Betteridge will come in for her. Keelan Stewart coming out for Sarita Thurton. And Jorian Bauckham coming in for Kat Harvey. So some firepower coming into the game.
Absolutely. I love Bauckham's attitude. Just aggressive, always wants the ball, and just has a nose for the goal.
Jorian Bauckham joining the team last season, played in the USL. Last season came in. Took her a little while to get going. 13 games she appeared in, 2 goals and 2 assists. Those coming kind of later in the season as she got into the routine. And you know what? Starting the season with a team and being able to kind of, you know, insert yourself right away can certainly help a player. And she's a player that's very important to this Calgary team when she starts warming up.
So I mentioned Thurton before. I'm excited. Of course, this is my, you know, my direct line to Sinead, talking about Thurton, and she definitely was one of my favorite players last year. Asking earlier if she's going to be involved in this, and you know, and Sinead's opinion of her, one of the best in the league, which I totally agree with, and is really a workhorse, sets the tone. So she's still on reduced minutes, but it'll be important for her. You can see her on the right side of the screen there to make an impact today.
There is Sarita Thurton guiding that ball out of bounds. Substitution for AFC Toronto sees April Lantain coming out of the game. Started that play off, which gave them their second goal. And Sarah Stratigakis, very important player for AFC Toronto, who's again on reduced minutes because of injury.
Yeah, Stratigakis is a fantastic player. She's one of those players that is really great at finding those deep runs from the midfield, and just identifying spaces and in possession is really important for them.
It's involved here, shoulder to shoulder, but the shoulder went into the face of Tegan Stewart. So the youngster from Calgary, oh, that hurts.
Oh, and just blindsided. Hope she's okay.
So Stratigakis just getting a yellow card from referee Robert DeLessio.
Yeah, and that's just
Tegan Stewart getting attention from the medical staff as we speak. Stratigakis just checking in to see how Tegan Stewart's doing.
When it comes to head injuries, you always want to be known. Never wants anything bad to happen. It's nice to see her moving around though, and hopefully she's all right.
It's good. A player who's dangerous in possession, says Sinead McSherry. Tegan Stewart, and of course going to that Canada preparation camp in June for the U20s. Thurton. Oh, slipping it by, just wind carrying it.
Right idea. The one thing that I actually think, speaking of Stewart, both Stewarts, I think they do really well is that final pass. They're able to recognize if someone's making a diagonal run to hit a straight pass, and if, you know, and vice versa. And basically what it does is help eliminate the defender, and I think both of the Stewarts are very good at that.
Tilly James back to Talbert. It's Tora Betteridge. Loses the ball in the midfield, Small. Tucks it by Books. Has Chisholm. Olivia Chisholm. Cuts inside. And cleared out to the foot of Zoe Burns. Small takes her space inside.
I think with both teams, they could pass it a little quicker. Sometimes they're sitting on the ball a little bit too long, and that the pass and the space that became available just kind of closes. So to both teams, I think, you know, just finding the moments to play it quicker and keep the ball speed.
Talbert muffed that drop kick right to the foot of Stratigakis. Here's Chisholm. And Rowe looking to play in Stratigakis a little too far. Jorian Baca moving forward here. Can she get a shot off? Oh, nearly had an opportunity. Back to Thurton. Thurton keeps it alive. And out for a throw in.
Great defending by Toronto. Again, we talked about kind of like a swarm of bees, making sure that multiple people are putting pressure on the ball. Just so organized, and you can see them with their shoulders open, moving as a unit up out of the 18-yard box, making sure they don't have anything easy in behind, and Manor on her front foot.
Ball played over top to Kaylee Hunter. Cuts it in by James, but she's able to read that. Got on the right side of the ball.
For me, James and White have been having again, not necessarily reflected in the scoreline, but stronger performances today than I've seen in the past.
Ball out for a throw in. Let's go to Kate in studio. I hear you've got a question from the live chat.
Thank you, Signa. I do, from the Diana Matheson. This is a question for Aaron. If we hit 10K subscribers today, will you bring the 2002 Mohawk back? And Aaron, I have to say, as a young goalkeeper in this country, this look was iconic. Your play, I looked up to it so much, but let's talk about the Mohawk. Would you bring it back if we achieve this goal?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Color and everything. We would do it. We do it right. Come on, subscribers. Let's go.
Make it happen.
Oh my goodness.
And Diana Matheson should also do it. Just because she hasn't done enough for this league, obviously, you know?
Good question, Dee. And a good answer, Aaron. Barnett moving forward after that switch and play.
Yeah, nice for Manor, though. Hitting it one time and switching the ball, it's great. Makes it hard for the opposition to set in their shape defensively. Well done.
Nice touch, yeah, by Talia White. The final pass wasn't there. Jorian Baca putting some pressure on Sophia Manor. Barnett looking over top. Has Stratigakis. Stratigakis looking to run this ball down.
Oh, she
has
got
it by
it.
the corner flag. Does she have any targets? Sarah Stratigakis. See how windy the pitch is, even when you have the ball on the ground. Nikki Small. Betteridge trying to keep her in touch.
Oh.
Quick cross! And Stratigakis! Sarah Stratigakis picking up a goal here, making it 3-0. Little tight on the line. Calgary saying maybe that was offside, but right now that goal gives Toronto the 3-0 lead.
Nice for her to come in and make an impact like that. Okay, let's look. Ooh. It's hard to tell from that angle if she's even with the ball.
Small again, engineering.
Yes, and that one-time cross, super hard to defend. But this whole play starts actually, Strategakis came down the left flank and realized only Hunter was in the box. So she did a really good job to be calm on it, recycle the ball, switch the attack, and then find a little bit more joy in the back of the net.
But while they're on their way back, Tegan Stewart cross in, looking for Books, and goes by, out for a goal kick.
This is a tough game, I think, too, for Calgary. I think they're playing so much better than they were last game, and the score line does not reflect it. But hopefully, more coming in. Again, we talked about her leadership ability. This will be really important right now to keep the spirits, but also make sure Calgary has a history of being a little bit too stretched. So for them right now, it'll be important to keep their discipline.
So Michaela Moore again on limited minutes, but as we saw in the game against Montreal this year, where they picked up their first and only point, 2 late goals for the Calgary Wild. As soon as those substitutions were made, it was like the confidence came back in the team. They just sort of felt the leadership, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 2 substitutions being prepared by AFC Toronto. We'll get those to you in just a moment. But more looking forward. Pick it knocked over by Books. So we'll see Chloe Udenberg coming into the game. She scored in her last outing. Coming in for Chisholm. And Lauren Rowe exiting the game. Here's a look at how AFC Toronto opened the scoring in the first half.
Yeah, and she sets the tone for the whole game. You know, a high press right away, making sure she's in the right place at the right time, and just takes advantage of Talbert's error.
Kyla Novak also coming in for AFC Toronto. Rollins under pressure from Bockham. And Manor clears it up, hangs up in the wind, and out of bounds.
And this is an ideal situation, right? When you're on the road and you have a lead like this, you're able to put in more players, give them more experience, continue to build the depth in your squad.
Moore tried to switch the play to Storty, and Barnett has to deal with that cleanly. Bockham challenging for the ball, nearly wins that. Toronto has to deal with it again, so another throw in deep in AFC Toronto territory.
So as much as it probably doesn't feel great, Calgary, I think, has to continue to try to keep the tempo high. Anytime a team like Toronto has a lead, they kind of like lull you to sleep with their possession, right? They're just playing safe, they're playing smart. So I think Calgary's got to continue to press, continue to try to get the ball forward.
Novak looking forward, over the top, has Hunter, and Moore clears that away.
Moore seemed pretty certain that was offside. But she gets there anyway.
Oh, looks, there you go.
There it is.
Wearing your referee cap.
Yes. I did wear a referee cap one time when I was 12, and it was enough. I am grateful, actually, that now you can't not speak back to the ref, you know? Like, it's about time.
10 minutes left to play in this match. Free kick for the Calgary Wild. Deep in their zone. As they try to find something in this game. Moore looking forward, has Thurton tried to flick it on. It actually just sails over top. And out for a goal kick.
And again, I just love watching defense. You just watch Toronto as their whole back line drops together on the same blade of grass, basically, or turf, if you will. Recognizing that Michaela Moore, they're not putting the right pressure on her, and so they drop all together. Just really nice to watch.
It's to Pickett. Pickett's got one option. They managed to get that out of trouble. Udenberg under pressure.
Great pressure from Calgary.
And that's the kind of effort that Sinead McSherry was talking to us about on our call this week. She called one of them sprint shift. You know, even if the ball is like 2 centimeters, you sprint, but also sprint support. Where are you supporting that player? Whether it's offensively or defensively shifting.
Yeah, absolutely. And she talked about also just urgency. Like, you got to play with urgency. And I do think it is apparent that they've made that shift. Just against a strong Toronto that I think is finally clicking better than they have all season today.
Give the ball away here, though. Tegan Stewart. Tackled by Stratigakis, and AFC Toronto escapes.
Just that, like, patience and confidence on the ball from Toronto is nice.
Betteridge. Thurton playing in combination, and Sonia was not going to get there.
Nice options, though, that Calgary is providing for one another, you know, and then every time someone shows for the ball to get it at their feet, they're opening space in behind them. So hopefully continue to see that from Calgary. It'd be nice if they got a goal.
Let's head down to Kate, who's got some texts from the bench.
Thank you, Signa. I do. I was chatting with Aaron's bestie, Sinead McSherry, and I said, what does retro mean for you in a soccer sense? And she was emphatic. She said, black boots, none of this fancy stuff. I agree. Polish them up, 100% black cleats only. What do you think, Kelsey?
I wear white cleats.
What?
I know. They were dirty all the time.
That's exactly why you don't wear white cleats. What do you guys think? Are you Team Kelsey, Team Kate? What do you think?
I'm Team Sinead all the way. I was like, just give me my copas. And I used to polish them up, put the mink oil, the polish right before the game.
That's nice. Yeah, I was originally a Copa gal, and more recently I've just really gone for the colors, you know, and also cleats now are so different. They're just like, they're so stretchy depending on which cleat you get. So I've become a lot of colors, not just black.
So late challenge there, and Books hitting her head on that turf. And if you've played on AstroTurf, you know that does not feel good when you bang any part of your body. So hopefully Kaylee Books is all right here, getting checked out by the medical staff. Calgary native.
Speaking of old school, when you were growing up, Signa, like when I was growing up, turf was like a carpet over cement.
Yeah.
What was it like for you?
Oh no, it was carpet over cement, and it was often almost like a mini, like it was like a dome shape, if you almost like a semicircle. So like if you were a player on the right side of the pitch and you were looking across to the left side of the pitch, you could only see like the head and shoulders of the person you were playing
like
with.
arc on the
the arc. Yeah, it was like an
yeah.
arc. That's what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, we were talking about retro themes and retro soccer, and you know, I miss grass fields actually. Although a lot of municipalities across this country cut the grass to about a couple millimeters, and then it burns, so it turns into dirt. So
man.
yeah.
It's actually it's interesting. I live in Iceland, and the turf, like they're all used to turf, all the young players, and so they hate playing on grass. And I'm like, what would I would do? Freshly
Oh,
cut
fresh
grass.
cut grass. Oh my goodness, I would have loved it. Oh, it looks
Slightly
like
allergic, but
oh, we might see Linda coming on. Before that, we're gonna go to Kate with another stat or cap. Kate.
Thank you, Signa. And I'm going to ask this question, and those of you in the live chat, I need you to answer it, okay? Because this is your last chance to win a prize. You want that swag bag. I want you to want that swag bag. Okay, so here we go. Stat or cap. Caitlin Talbert, this is Calgary's keeper, leads the NSL in saves this season. So chime in on the live chat. We'll give you a nice breather here. We'll give you 5 seconds, and a 4, and a 3, 2, 1. Kelsey, what do you think? Stat or cap?
I think that's a stat.
Kelsey thinks this is a stat. Oh, leads the league in saves. I think it's a cap. She hasn't played every game. Molly Race was in early. So Kelsey says stat. I say cap. Who's right? Hey.
Well
Don't
done.
ask me questions
Well
about
done.
goalkeepers. Or only ask me questions about goalkeepers. Aaron?
I was
Signa?
gonna say that's the only time I agree with you, Kate.
So that is not the case.
Wow.
So Kaylee Books walking off under her own esteem there with the training staff of the Calgary Wild. I hope that she's all right. But we will see another player again on managed minutes, but coming back in. Part of the leadership group of the Calgary Wild, that's Janaea Robertson coming into the game. Big player for them last season, started in 16 games, made 20 appearances, scored 2 goals. Former U Sports Player of the Year with the Trinity Western Spartans. So we were talking about U Sports earlier with our special guest Kelsey Mitchell, who played U Sports. Kate played U Sports. I played U Sports.
Representing today.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
great.
That's right. It's a great pathway. Finally have a pathway.
Absolutely. And such a huge contributor to this league.
Barnett. That'll be a foul on Sarita Thurton. As we get to the final minutes of this game, AFC Toronto with a 3-0 lead. And one of their goal scorers will exit the game. The Calgary native Kaylee Hunter coming out. And coming into the game will be Mia Fontana. And then we're waiting to see when we might see this new player, Linda, come into the match. The 19-year-old Ghanaian who was recently brought over, and there she is, Linda, captain of their U20 team, and helped them qualify for the U20 World Cup, which is coming up in September. We talked about that earlier. Scored a goal in the 78th minute. They were down to 10 players and doing what captains do, Linda. So we're excited to see what she can bring to this league.
Absolutely. I've been waiting.
Well, Marko Milanovic said he heard it was going to be cold.
Yes.
In Calgary. It was going to be maybe some challenging conditions, so he wasn't sure whether, you know, Linda, who's new to Canada, new to Northern Super League, whether we'd see her today, but this is her first minute, so
I'm sure she's shocked. The league's blessed with players from all over the world. It's inspiring to see.
Ball played over top. Novak. Oh, another tackle there. Talia White coming up big. Speaking of U Sports, another big star out of the University of Calgary. And she's been showing her tackle prowess here today.
She's just doing such a great job of like putting her body in between the player and the goal. She's done that multiple times today. And just the timing of the last tackle, nice to see from her.
In-swinging corner kick here.
Substitution for Calgary Wild in the 88th minute. And
Colby Barnett.
Janaea Robertson leaving the match.
Approaching the 90th minute at McMahon Stadium. Michaela Moore glances that header away, gets it out of trouble, go to Linda. Unberg. Pass to Stratigakis, to Novak. Novak strikeouts in! Kyla Novak makes it 4-0 and just squeaks it in that post, and Caitlin Talbert just off of her hands.
Not bad when you come in and make it get an instant goal. But another goal contribution from Stratigakis as well. And that's great. She takes one touch and finishes it. Again, Calgary Wild's defense has been really organized, been pretty decent about giving pressure, so you really only have one touch to finish, and she does just that.
So Kai Novak picking up her first goal of the season. Former Canadian Youth International, came over last season midway through the year, and she's really big on social media, like really, really big.
Really?
Like next level.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But people know that. You knew that.
Yes, yes.
I know our chat's like, how big? Like 1 million followers on TikTok big.
Do you have TikTok?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have
thought that
it
was a
myself.
yes or no.
I
Oh,
can't
okay,
say
okay.
I can't watch things on it, because that's
Ah.
true. I do.
Oh,
That's
how do you do
keep.
that?
That's how you keep up with the Utes.
Oh, yes, you're right. The Utes.
Bockham. That's it back to Sonia. Here's Storty. Sonia under pressure from Novak.
It's well done by Toronto. Again, like I said before, Calgary's got to just move the ball quicker in order to get out of Toronto's pressing areas.
Just over 2 minutes into the 4 minutes of added time at McMahon. Seeing if Calgary can get on the board before to the end of this match. Storty. To Moore. Trying to find Sonia on the far side. Thurton closed down quickly. You can see the respect that these players have for her, not giving her any time or space. Robertson brings it down. Thurton slides it through to Uddenberg. And Cather just has to boot it out of bounds. Moore over the top, handled by Rollins. And offside the call.
I was hoping for a chance there.
And Manor says, let's get up the pitch.
Yeah. Calgary, to their credit, has not stopped working hard, despite the scoreline.
And that is the end of game, 4-0. The final for AFC Toronto on the road, snapping a 2-game slide, and goals from 4 different contributors today. Sarah Stratigakis and Kyla Novak among them. Kaylee Hunter picking up her first of the season, and Lauren Rowe in the opening half. And a clean sheet for Sophia Manor in her first start of the season. And again, it's A tough one for the Calgary Wild, who, to be fair, the effort was there, as Aaron was telling us, but just the scoreline wasn't.
Thank you for attending today's match and hanging out with us even when the rain is here. Presented by CF Market Mall. Please get home safely, and we look forward to welcoming you back to
And Linda getting her first minutes.
June 27th.
See the big smile on her face at the bottom of your screen? And certainly that man must be happy. His team telling us this week that they really needed this result after a tough go lately. And they got it. Let's take a look at the full-time stats in today's game. In AFC Toronto's favor a little bit in terms of the possession, but the shots, a dominant performance from last year's regular season champions. 11 shots, 5 on target. So they do get the upper hand today with that 4-0 scoreline. And our updated standings in the Northern Super League after week number 6. Montreal Roses still on top after suffering their first loss of the season. And AFC Toronto leapfrogging into 4th place. And plenty more action coming up. Next week, no, we will be on an international break. But the schedule afterwards, you're looking at June 13th, Halifax Tides and Calgary Wild. AFC Toronto against the Montreal Roses and the Vancouver Rise and Ottawa Rapid. That playoff rivalry from last year will be on Sunday the 14th. Well, with that, thanks for joining me in the booth, but I'm going to send it back to Kate.
Thank you, Signa. Welcome back to the lounge. Kate McKenna, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaron McLeod with you. As Signa just said, AFC Toronto gets the job done 4-0 in less than ideal conditions at McMahon Stadium. And with that in mind, we want to shout out some of the kids who were involved in today's game because we hear they were in the chat. This is the Didsbury Destroyers under 11 team. Look at them there. They did the walkout today. Shout out to you. Shout out to you because doing that at any time is effort. Doing it in this weather, Aaron?
Oh, they're going to be warming up for the next 12 years, I think, after playing in or helping in this game. Bless them.
Let's get into some of the action, some of what we saw. AFC Toronto came alive in that second half. 3 goals, Aaron. 3 different goal scorers.
There was the pulse that we've been waiting for.
Am I right? We were waiting for that pulse.
For me, Toronto on the ball, they're just so much more patient and just the finishing threat small. Look at this one-time pass. And Hunter puts it away. She's like, she's going to sleep like a baby tonight. Putting that away, makes no mistake. And then Small here, coming across. And Strategakis just in the right place, right time. Again, she started this whole play just with her patience and recycling the ball. Strats, again, delivering the ball to Novak, who takes a shot from distance. And when you're in these kind of conditions, it's a smart thing to do. It takes a little bounce, makes it hard for Talbot to deal with. Fantastic. She comes in as a substitute and makes an impact right away.
Kelsey, I got the honor, the privilege of watching this match with you. What did you make of the second half?
I don't know if the score necessarily represents the game, but I think as soon as Calgary had the ball, Toronto was all over them. So the defense was there, and they played with intensity the whole game, and I think that ended up being the 4-0 score.
And anytime a Calgary player went down injured, I thought, there can't be another one. This team has had so many injuries. Fortunately, though, in terms of timing, there's an international break. So hopefully they can use this time to regroup, to get healthy, because this is also their second 4-0 loss in a row. So I think they really need to pause and regroup here.
A little vacay now.
A little vacay
will be good.
Thank you so much. If you have been in the live chat, thank you for hanging out with us. I know there were so many of you in there. I was reading your comments. We loved having you part of it. And congrats to all of the prize winners. We hope you love that NSL swag. We hope you tell all your friends and you come hang out at our next watch party. That's Aaron trying to, there we go, trying to give you a kazoo.
For the first time.
We love that you hung out with us. Kelsey Mitchell, we love that you hung out with us. You
great.
deserve a
What
kazoo.
a living legend.
Thank you, guys. It was great. I had tons of fun.
Will you come back again?
I would love to. I would love to. I know. Bold. Yep.
It is bold. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Aaron, will you come back again? You have no choice.
I know. I guess, yes. Are you going to be here? Or?
I'll be here because I like hanging out with you.
Aww,
we had so much fun today. I think Toronto did too. A dominant 4-0 win, getting the job done. Their second win of the season at a rainy McMahon Stadium. We hope you stayed warm, dry, and full of good snacks. We'll see you at our next NSL watch party. Bye.